Here we go.
And we're off. Hi, my name is Debbie, and this is my friend Sheila. We're the Never Cast Off podcast, in case you were wondering, and in case you didn't know. So I'm Deb's Destiny on Ravelry, and I'm also on Facebook under Deb's Destiny.
That's good. My name is Sheila, and I'm also, my Ravelry ID is Blue Yarn Always. Cozy up to Debbie.
Sheila just called me a Muppet.
And thanks for joining us today. It's June 3rd.
Do you
June
have
3rd.
crickets?
No, I have no crickets in the house. At least I hope I don't. But it's June 3rd. Welcome to June. It's month 6. 6 months till Christmas. 6 months till New Year's. Well, we're not to the end of June, but it's going fast.
Yeah, we started this like
January.
Yeah.
In January, we're 6 months in.
5 months.
Yeah, we're on
5 months.
Episode
right?
13.
Yeah, because December would have been 6 months.
So we're on episode 13.
Yes, it is, and we're going to call this our lucky episode. I don't know. I just made that up. Who knows what we'll really call it? At the end, it will be like, what did you want to call it again? I don't know.
Think of a good name. But we do got one shout out.
We do, and she wants me to see this thing. It's in the, like, can you see that far? Bronx Knitter 1, and Sharon. Hi, welcome to the episode. She is also a podcaster. She is,
Moms with Yarn.
Thank you. And I've watched her before. She's got the cool little kitty that comes and jumps in and out, and it's so cute.
Yep. So if you get a chance, go check her out. I believe her videos are on YouTube.
I can't remember.
And I think she has a Ravelry group too. But yeah,
I think she does.
Moms with Yarn.
Yeah. So we'll put a link for her, and then you'll be able to find her.
That's right.
Cool.
We have a drawing coming up, and we'll do that in a little bit.
Probably do it like right in the middle, so you have to watch, or like one in the middle and one in the end, just so you have to watch the whole.
You're just gonna torture the knitters.
Yeah.
And the crocheters and the crafters.
Why not?
I do wanna let you know that there is a thread in our Ravelry group for Michigan local yarn shops, where I think there's like 40, almost 50 posts. If you're traveling in Michigan and you want to check out some local yarn shops, be sure to stop in that thread. A lot of members have visited shops and they've suggested shops, and there's also a few farms on there too, I think, with fiber, alpaca or sheep, more towards the north in Michigan.
Or the west.
Yeah, or the west. So you might want to check out those, and that's also in the thread. So that'll be good to go.
Cool.
Yep. So on with the show.
Okay, so Sharon, I didn't get to tell you. Sharon's our buddy, one of our buddies. It's done. I wound it. So
you made a cake?
I did. So could you give this to Sharon? Because I'm not going to be able to see her at our next meeting.
Debbie's considered a baker because she's making cakes.
Those are the best ones. Calorie free.
That's a good cake.
Okay. Yeah, it was nice. Beautiful yarn.
Good cake.
Okay.
So you have any escapees?
I do. Okay, so I have this one right here.
Oh, look how pretty. What's those colors in there?
Well, I put it at the end, so just at the very corner, or at the end, I switched to something that was still in the same purple, but it had a little bit color, and I left it as stocking knit, so it would curl, and I just think it's so cute.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you got your double handles.
Yes, I did, and then I twisted it just because I felt like it. And
is that the I-cord handles?
I think that's what they're called. So they're like that, and they're in a circle.
Are they in a tube?
Yeah, it's a tube.
It's a tube.
I couldn't remember I don't know what they're called. I just like,
This is really
it's
pretty, though. Like, here.
Thank you.
And because it is a pretty purple. And you made this out of cotton.
Yes.
And this was for our Market. May is for Market bag.
Yeah, and what I did is I put it a ribbing at the bottom, so then it'll stretch. So this is one that just kind of stretches, and you can put, actually, you could probably get it down to like my shoulders.
You could get some big zucchinis in there, maybe a
You
head of
could
cabbage.
get lots of stuff in this puppy. Lots of stuff. It looks small, but it grows really, really big. It's very, very nice. And I had this right here, so this is where I was last time. And then the little thing fell off.
Your charm?
Yeah, maybe the designer will hook me up.
We have to get you another charm.
No, I have it.
Oh, you need pliers. Or crimpers, or...
Yep, I got it. So this is where...
a little starfish.
So maybe the designer could hook me up. Maybe. Just
yep, we'll fix
hopefully.
you up.
Okay. And then...
We'll fix you up.
We haven't reviewed any of this prior to just hitting record, where we have a very short window to record, and it's like, okay, sit down, go! So, Sheila doesn't know.
It's all done!
It's all done!
How nice!
And then I can't believe I'm going to even do this. I'm going to put this alpaca thing on. In the middle of summer. Oh, it's summer here, and it's like 75 or 79 out or something like that. So
it's a nice day today.
Yeah, it is.
Compared to all our weekend rain.
Right. Oh my goodness, it was like almost flooding.
Oh my God, that looks nice on you. I'd like pet you.
She's obsessed with that. I don't get it.
Oh my God, look how nice that is.
Yeah, it's a little more airy, and I'm leaving it for the finisher because there's some finishing things going on.
The finisher.
So I can't, I knew as soon as I finished this puppy, it would start getting warm, and then I wouldn't have any reason to wear it.
It's so nice.
But this is something that I could wear to work. And so it's a jacket, wearable for work. Yay!
You can wear that to church, though.
Yes, I could. And actually, this is something that it's going to be very, very warm. And I could see like on a fall day where you could just wear like jeans on it.
Tank top?
With it.
Tank top?
On a fall day, not today. It's alpaca, merino, and bamboo. Misty alpaca, peekaboo. So it's going to be very, very hot. So if it was probably like 40 degrees out or something like that, this would be just
comfy.
Perfect to just go like that and stay warm.
That's so nice.
So I'm leaving it with the finisher for the finisher.
The finisher's gone for the next couple days.
Yeah, the finisher broke her arm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh,
Okay.
She's got a cast. So you probably won't get it back for 6 weeks because she landed on her hand that finishes our projects.
I'm so sorry.
Now that I just thought about it.
I just did too. I'm like, well, oh no.
She's not even here for us to sign her cast.
Not exactly sure how that's gonna work, but I'll take it home and get started on it at least, and then if it doesn't get finished in that amount of time, then I can give it to her then. But no, she needs to get better.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Big project off the needles. So what do I got done? Let's see. What do I got done?
Yeah.
Well, the green market bag by Vicki Howell, out of the Burnett Cottonish. My sister took it, and I don't have it to show, but there's a picture on my Ravelry page. She was over for the holidays, seen it on the table, and she's like, "Where'd you get that?" And I'm like, "Really? Really? You're asking me where I got that from? I made that." She's like, "Well, I'm going to take it home." I'm like, you can, because I'm not a fan of green. So I let her take it.
You're so sweet.
I let her take it. But I did save this one. I really like this one. This is the Hexagonal Market Bag by Laura Dancica. It's a little... I like this bag the best out of the two that I made. So the green one was crocheted. This one is knitted. And this was out of that Provence cotton. It has like an hexagon bottom. And then, of course, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And then the yarn over too. And then, of course, I didn't do a fancy handle like Debbie, which you have to show me how to do the fancy handles. Just easy, I don't know, was it 9? I'm not even sure if I followed the pattern for the handle, but
Probably not.
Probably not. But I did put my glass head in here, and down it went, and it's just sturdy and everything. So
They're
I didn't wash
amazing.
it or block it or anything. So this is now going to be going in the car.
Probably for your
And the
car
other-
knitting.
Yeah, and the other ladies who all posted in the thread, oh my God, some of their bags were so pretty. Like the color
my
combinations.
This is really sturdy.
Yeah.
Look at you
They
go.
did like a
Mine's
really,
a
really
little
nice
bit
job.
more open than Sheila's. Sheila's
Mine-
has
I'm-
really got some sturdy material
I'm
going
a
there.
tight knitter. What else do I got? Oh, I got another escapee. One more, and
That's escaped.
it has escaped. I just got done blocking
Escaped
it.
from the bag.
No. This is
Oh.
just a cowl, I guess. But it's on the oh my God, I'm tongue-tied.
Bias.
It's on the bias. So, and it's made
that
out
was
of
Sheila's kitty saying hi. She wants
yeah,
to be a
she wants to
star.
talk. And I've never worked with milk. The fiber content, and I even looked this up too, is 50% milk and 50% wool.
So how did they make milk,
milk.
stringy enough?
Because they extract the proteins and then dry them out from what I get and then feed them through this little tube. But they say this milk is as soft as mink. The milk.
It is very soft.
So it's wool. I would have never guessed it was wool because it is so soft. But mink. So I figured, okay, this would be with jewel tones. Like a nice little... I don't know if I'll double it up or not, but...
I don't think it's soft as mink.
You don't think it's soft as mink? No, that mink is really soft, but
It is.
with a black top on, I mean...
It's pretty.
Yeah, so this was kind of just... You knit, and then I purled, and then I knit. And then I purled, so just kind of like rotating it.
To me, that sounds like most projects. I knitted, and then I purled.
Knitted,
Then I
and
knitted,
purled.
then I purled. Then I knitted, and then I purled. And then I set it down. Then I picked it up, and then I knitted and purled.
But yeah, this was
And then
no
I knitted
pattern.
and purled.
Just kind of something to do.
She wung it.
I kind of did wing it. I kind of wung it.
How did you like winging it?
It was pretty good. I mean, I was just curious to see. And then, of course, I have other skeins here. Those were the jewel tones. And I have more here,
Those are so pretty.
which I think I'm going to make another one, but I'm going to make it a little shorter. It's 174 yards. And you don't even use it all. But I was very curious because I always look at the tags to see what it is. And I've never seen a tag that said milk.
50% milk.
Yeah, that's the oddest thing.
I mean, if it were like 2% or something like that, you'd kind of figure, oh, well, they just soaked it up in there and it's good to go. But
I mean, I'm not a big fan of
50%.
milk. I take calcium supplements, but I mean, where are they getting this milk from that they're not using it for somebody to drink? You know what I mean? I don't understand. I have to look into it more.
You know, make it into some yogurt or something. You know, that would be nice.
Greek yogurt?
Yeah. Make it into Greek yogurt. And then the person said, no. Let's just try and make it into yarn.
Well, I always thought yarn came from sheep. But then
Mostly, and then
yeah.
then mink and bunnies.
I have
Who
no
can
idea.
forget bunny fur?
Yeah, bunny fur is good. But that's all my escapees.
Yep.
That is it. So what do you got hanging on the wire? Ooh, what's that?
This is
Oh, you're striping it.
Ocean City Shawl
By
by Nancy. I'm saying her name wrong. Nancy, I'm sorry.
it's the where? Ocean City Shawlette.
What?
Nancy
Whitman.
Whitman.
Whitman. I'm like, I know I'm saying it wrong. It's not working.
Ocean
Okay.
City Chalet.
When I was making it, there's this like one repeat that you do, and
This is pretty.
I kind of,
You striping it?
I just did the middle. Where's the? Oh,
Look at I like the trim.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that
She
is
did
nice.
a really good job. This right here is the stripe is because I didn't think I was going to have enough yarn. So I said, well, let me just go ahead and put that in there.
Where's your lifelines?
And I took them out.
I know you're a lifeline girl.
I did, but I got comfortable enough with the pattern that I don't need it. So
Do you have any tips on lifelines?
Oh, I love lifelines. They're great. When I get to the end of the row, I can show you how to do one.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yes.
So Nancy has she's doing the Ocean City, and then there's another one, and it's a knit-along type thing. And she's got lots of prizes and stuff like that for it.
In her group, Raverly group?
So,
Cool.
but yeah, when I get to the end of this row, I'll, Sheila's like, here, no, you keep it on your lap. There's enough on mine. I don't need it.
It is pretty, though.
Yeah, I love it. So it seems like I would have been really, really, really close on the yardage had I not did the stripe. And then if something happens towards the end and I'm running low, I can just reintroduce the same color, and then everybody will think I did it that way, and they won't know unless they watch this episode that no, it was trying to figure out how to make it so that I didn't have to rip some stuff out. But yeah, a few minutes I'll get to the end of this, and then I'll show you how to do a lifeline.
Way to go. What else you got?
This is the only one that I have with me that's work in progress, because
When do you got to have it done by?
The 15th.
Of June?
Yeah. My life kind of exploded a little bit, and so I ended up getting more behind than I care to admit. She had a lot of time, and it was something that I just didn't have the mental capacity to be able to really get on it very good. So I know that's wonderful English grammar. I just am kind of hitting it hard right now. And I found that when I'm going to class, I can knit this just fine in the middle of class. So,
well, that's nice.
And I always ask permission from the professor before I knit in anybody's class, just to make sure that they understand that I knit. When I knit, it helps me focus, and that's for real. It does. It's kind of like doodling. It helps me keep focused, and I'm more engaged in the class when I do. And I'm almost to the end of the row, but now I have to see where.
Let's see.
I have. Oh, good, I do. Have exactly what I need to show you how to do a lifeline. And it's amazing. I highly suggest lifelines. So you get a contrasting piece of yarn. So I'm doing the same color beige, but the one that I picked is actually thinner than the yarn that I'm using. So you want to use something that's a little bit thinner than the actual yarn that you're using. So when you actually put it through, you can still knit, and it won't make it so that it's like thicker, or when you pull it out, that there's some sort of a gap in there. You put the body of the work in the middle, so it's not on the wires. So you have it so that it's not on the needles, but in the middle.
So you're feeding the needle?
And then what you do is, trying to show, I've never tried to do this before like this, so I'll try it. And poor Sheila,
I'll watch the video back.
Okay. So what you're trying to do is you're just putting it under, or I'm trying to think of the words. you're putting it right in next to where the wire goes, and so you're just feeding it in there so it can do that. Now, it actually goes pretty quick. And I want to show you something really interesting when you get to, when you're, one thought at a time. Doesn't work trying to get more than one at a time. So when you get to your little holder thing or your marker, that's what it's called. What you do is you're not going to go through it. You're going to go around it and come behind and start threading through there. So then this way, your diaper pin will not be part of where the lifeline. So if you thread it through that, what happens is you have to get another one.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one's going to stay right there. It's not
it's
going to
stationary.
go yeah. So you want to make sure that you go around it and don't include that in the work. Now, why would somebody want to use a lifeline? Well, you use the lifeline if you're in a section that's a little bit harder or something that, you know what, I'm not sure about this next section, so it's something that I want to have that in there that if I have to rip it out, I'll know exactly where it is. And when you put the lifeline in, what I do is I put just a straight line next to it, as that's where I put the lifeline in, because you don't want to put the lifeline in and say, okay, yeah, I got a lifeline. I don't know where in the pattern I put it. So you want to make sure that you know exactly where you put it. So after the row, I generally just do like a straight line right over. So then that way I know exactly where I put the lifeline, and then I can just rip away. And it's something that
it's good to know, though.
Let's see. Yeah. And so, for instance, on these right here, I can pull it off, no problem.
I will be right
and
back. Step away. I forgot something.
What happens is I can pull it off with confidence because it's hooked with the yarn. It's not going to go anywhere. It's right there, and I can easily just put it right back on there, just following the whole, and I'm having problems with the first one. Isn't that great? You can just hook it right back, right along that, and it's something that you can just easily put that back, and it saves you time. It's kind of a nice security blanket, so
you don't get that far. That's good to know. So I just made a quick dash upstairs, but let's draw.
She is not out of breath.
I am not. Thank goodness. So let's draw one. We'll click it on. We will make the first draw. And this winner for the market bag knit along, crochet along, the prize, the winner will be getting 5 skeins. It's pretty cotton. It's very nice cotton. Lang Avita and 50-gram balls. Doesn't really have a color name. But we're going to draw for this one right now. And Debbie's got the random number generator from 3 to 12 because I see you snuck in a bag.
7 is the lucky winner.
We got number 7?
Yeah, I snuck in a bag.
Number 7.
Angel.
Angel one. Oh, that purple one's nice. She's got it hanging in a tree. So that's going to be Angela, and she's from Lupton, Michigan. So send me a PM with your address, and I will get that mailed to you by the end of this week. Let me write down your name here. So
I know she's an active watcher, but what we want to do is we want to give her like to the end of the month, just in case
I'm
you're
sure
not able to. But she watches our programs as soon as they're available. But
one winner
so
down.
we'll just say through the end of the month for anybody who is watching.
Yeah, just to be fair to every, the other people who entered in. Okay, so back to the show. So where were we on?
Oh, this is a show.
Back to the knitting. It's a knitting show.
Well, yeah, we just did a impromptu lifeline. Oh,
That's
and you
it.
know what? Usually what you do is you end up leaving the lifeline on, just leave it in there to the end till you're finished. You never know if you have to start ripping back. But this right here, I don't have the thing, so I don't even know where so I'm just pulling it out, and it just pulls out really easy. But you want to do that at the end, not necessarily in the middle of the project.
Okay. So where do we leave off? Hanging on the wire. Hanging on the wire. And I'm resurrecting the car knitting socks. There's the camera. Patton's Croy. Of course, I only got one.
When she had it last time, it was like this far down.
I know.
She had done like 4 rows.
It's like a little dog ear. This is the color here. And just a plain vanilla sock. And I think the needles are a size 1. I think.
Man, if you're doing 1s, what the heck? Just do 0s.
I don't know about that. But yeah, just pretty cute.
For me to have it that tight,
the color
I would
is
probably have to,
olive.
I don't think I could get mine that thick even on 0s.
Don't think so?
No.
You might be able to.
No.
And let's see. The other thing that I have is the KS's Chalette by, where's your French?
Chassis Charlotte by Petite Boat du Mau.
That doesn't sound very French.
I know Spanish a little bit.
There you go.
I don't know French.
Translate it into Spanish.
Well, what's it in English?
I have no idea.
Okay, so how can I translate it into Spanish if I don't even know what it is in English?
Okay, I got Lorna's lace,
No,
and
you
the
don't.
colorway is Simply the Blues. Are we surprised?
Yes.
No, we're not.
That's kind of pretty. Don't mix that up with Sharon's.
Nope, I will not. So, it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and they want you to get 15 of these lace repeats, which I'm at number 12. But of course, this all needs to be opened up in order for you to see it. Once it's blocked. It's kind of, yeah, it looks good. But I already have 12, and if I put it, let me scoot in. If I put it here, I'm at 12. That's good for me. So if I do 15, I'm figuring it'll be down to my waistline. This is 12. Now you can start doing the body of the shawl. But they want you to do 15.
Now, if they're trying to keep you at an odd number, how much
This is 12. I have 12 of these sections. I've done 12. And I'm following the pattern. I'm using the size 4 needle. I have my carbons here. So I'm figuring I'm just going to go with 12 because it kind of meets right here. And I don't want it falling all the way to the bottom. And on the pattern here, it's not really on a model to see. But I think I'm going to go with 12 and just stop there. And then start with the body, which it looks like there's a couple yarn overs and then maybe some straight knitting. But I have 2 of these, so hopefully it goes pretty quick now because doing that section there I had to have a row counter to keep track of my rows and where I was, and it's a little difficult. And you okay?
Yeah.
And the last thing I have is good old eye blink.
She made sure that you couldn't see me going like this.
Good old eye blink. I have that going, which I need to rip back because apparently I wasn't reading the lace pattern part so well. And was just chugging along with this here. And that would be Manos in the color Fructose. And I'm knitting these with my signatures. Oh, and I'm in a row, which is going to be very difficult. But the progress that I got is from the pink little circle to what's on the wire. But I am going to have to, this lace section that I have here, I am going to have to rip back those 5 rows because it's just not adding up right.
She did.
And this is another free
it's
pattern
like
too.
500 stitches across.
Right.
She did like 6 rows in the matter of like, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half.
Because the pattern that they have for the lace, I'm working on chart A right now. I much prefer to have written instructions. I'm not so well at reading the charts. So I think I'm going to have to write that out for myself and possibly follow that. But I think I only have 274 stitches on there because I wanted to go a little bit larger. And plus I have 2 skeins. And each skein is at 445 yards. Wow, that's a big skein.
So this would have been really good to put a lifeline right there.
Yep. So
that would have been perfect.
Once I rip back, and then every maybe 2 or 3 rows, or as I have to change here, that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I'll get some red yarn, something that's bright.
Contrasting.
Yep.
And thinner than, well, I don't know exactly. If you
that's
can
fingering.
Get much. So
I'll just use
like
fingering.
A lace or something. And yeah, contrasting, and then just put it there.
Put it in there. Yeah, I got to rip back. That stinks.
It does.
But yeah, it's kind of the way it goes, I guess.
It is.
So that's all I have for hanging on the wire. You got anything for getting your knitting on?
No, I'm so focused on getting this done and
I have one
real
thing.
world stuff that I just haven't quite figured out.
I have one thing for getting your knitting on, and I think one of our ladies that are in the group, I seen it on her board, and it was the Between Meals tablecloth. I think it's crocheted, and I don't know if a lot of people crochet in the group. I'm a crocheter.
I crochet.
Kind of new knitter, I guess.
Yeah, you started knitting just a little bit before I did.
Yeah, it's called the Between the Meal centerpiece, and it's crocheted. And I was gifted some merchandise cotton, bedspread cotton, 500 yards, so I could start it. But for sure, I think, and of course I had to dig out a needle, which, oh my goodness, heavens, this is size 4, so thin you can't even see the tip. It's going to be kind of a little strange working with that, but I was trying to bring up the pattern. But it's on Ravelry. It's a Between Meals centerpiece, if you're interested. And maybe by next time I'll have it up and going a little bit. But it's a huge tablecloth. Well, not a tablecloth, a doily. You know, that would go on your table. And right now, like, I have doilies on my table. And I like tablecloths and placemats and doilies. I don't know.
I tried to do a doily with cotton.
This
sort
here?
of like that. Like 20 years ago or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
this
see.
is
Something
very,
like that.
very, very, very.
I gave up
thin.
on it. I couldn't see it. I ended up finding out I couldn't see it, and that's before I got old.
Really?
Yeah. So I can't work that small on that kind of small yarn. Now with knitting, I can knit without looking, unless I'm doing like a lot of fancy stuff. So it's something that if just straight knitting, I don't have to look at what I'm doing. It's kind of fun watching the professors watch me. That it's like looking at me funny. You're not looking at what you're doing. Yeah, I don't have to. But with crocheting, it's a little harder because you have to feel it. And that it's too difficult for me. So I kind of just said no because I could. So I did. In regards to trying to figure out lace on crochet, can't do it. No. Or maybe I could if I really put myself to it. I chose not to. That's the story I'm sticking to.
Okay. Alrighty. Do you have anything new to the satellite store?
Oh. I did buy this a while back, but I didn't show you guys.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yet. This is interlacements. It's Sweet Feet, and this one is called Red. So it goes like red to dark red. It's really pretty. And then
I know. We are new to this magazine.
Yay!
They have such the coolest stuff in here.
I know, and I started doing the TKGA Master Knitting Program.
You go, Master Knitter.
Oh, thank you. Oh, those socks.
Oh my God, aren't those cute?
Yeah.
There's a couple things in here I really, really like.
Cast On is by far my favorite magazine. Yeah, that's not really being non-partial. I really like them a lot.
Pretty.
And
this issue is May, June, and July of 2005. I've never seen this on the magazine rack either.
No.
Never.
You have to go to a TKGA place, and not everybody sells it, so it's something that you have to go to a shop that is part of the TKGA.
To buy it at a local yarn shop.
Yeah. They're having a conference in San Diego in July 22nd to 25th. It's like, man, would that be fun.
Mm-hmm. Get out of hot Michigan. What do I got?
That would be fun.
I don't have anything for Satellite Store this week. Nada, nada, nada. I got DIY.
Well, then let's pull it out.
I do. And then I've been seeing, because I watch other podcasts too, and I'm in other groups about this Tour de Fleece, where you spin, and I'm assuming you spin for miles, or I have no idea. I'm not sure.
I heard I got into a podcast last night or the night before. It's becoming a blur. And she said something about, that you knit, you try and get 3, 5, or 7,000 meters between now and like August. You just try and knit. There was a reason behind it. I don't recall the information.
That's crazy. That's a lot. I don't know if I could do that.
Not for you. For you, you'd be like, hey, do they have a 10,000?
Well, anyway, this is 100% wool Romney lamb roving. And the color is called Confetti. And I believe I got this at the Ann Arbor Fiber Festival that we just went into in March. And I already spun it up. And it's chain plied. I like it. I like it after it gets its bath.
I do too. It's really pretty.
I like it. I like it. And then this one here, I am definitely going to purchase more from her. This is that Yarn Hollow.
Oh, that's really pretty.
It was just a bag of fluff, wool, fiber, silk, and sparkle. And This is just a straight single. I don't know if you can see the blue.
You can
But
see the blue.
there's like sparkle in here, and there's teal and white and fat and skinny, and it's got like a shimmer to it. I like her
very
stuff.
pretty.
Yarn Hollow. I believe she's from Michigan also. So I think she's local. She's got on here yarnhollow.com if anybody's interested. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get some more of her stuff when we go to another fiber festival. For definitely sure. So
That's basically it for me.
I wanted to introduce, or I want to every now and again, because as we're knitting, you get those people that say, "Oh, you're making a hat. Oh, you're making a scarf. Oh, you're making this," or "Why do you do that?" and blah blah blah. Well, I thought that maybe do a section here called the Community Fiber Crafting News. So we'll have a CFCN.
I thought you were going to call it blah, 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 blah.
No, this is a new section.
Blah, blah, blah. Can I quote you on that?
No, it's
Okay.
going to be called CFCN. And it's going to be the community of fiber crafting, and it's that's making news. CFCN instead of CFNBC or CNN. We're going to have our own CFCN. Community Fiber Crafting News.
We just need something to explain every time we get on there, because what the hey, why not?
Yeah, after a while they'll catch on. But I thought this was the coolest thing, and after I read this and saw it, it just puts a little smile on your heart, like be grateful and just be happy for where we are, and thank God for that people in other countries and other communities and other neighborhoods know how to do what we know how to do. So anyway, this was I found this online, the BBC News, and it was about Bolivian women who knit parts for hearts. And I'm just going to read you a couple inserts from the article. So it says traditional craft skills are helping to save lives of children born with heart defects in Bolivia. The indigenous Armeni women for centuries of experience of knitting and weaving distinctive woolen hats, sweaters, and blankets. Now they're applying their expertise to high-tech medical product, which is used to seal up a hole in the heart, which some babies are born with. We are very happy we are doing something for someone so they can live, says knitter Daniela Mendoza, who weaves a tiny device in a special clean room. It takes her about 2 hours to make the knit oculid device, which was designed by cardiologist Franz Freudenthal. He set up his clinic in La Paz to help children born with heart problems, and so far he's saved hundreds of lives.
That means the peace.
Yep. So I'm going to show you what it looks like as I continue to talk. This is what it looks like. Oh, hold it up there. Most standard oculars are made of industrial scale, but this doctor's version is so small and intricate that it's technically tricky to mass produce. So he enlisted an army of Bolivia's traditional craft knitters to make them by hand. In the early days, he tested the first prototypes on sheep with heart problems. Get out. So he's got knitters making heart devices for sheep. He was successful. He now uses them on hundreds of children and now exports his new invention all over the world. The most important thing is that we try to get really simple solution for complex problems here in Bolivia, said the doctor. Bolivia is the poorest country in South America and lacks enough specialist hospitals and cardiac doctors to treat children born with heart problems. Bolivia also has one of the highest children mortality rates in the world. So cheap innovations are welcomed, at least for the patients at Dr. Hall's clinic. The answer to their problem is in the hands of a group of skilled women with the power of fixing hearts, weaving to save lives.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Ain't that nice?
It is.
These little teeny
Gizmo gadget things.
Yeah, and the doctors, and I mean, they even have, like, let me set it there.
So if I read it or heard it right, they get everything in a clean environment.
They're knitting in a clean room,
Yeah. So that it's in a clean room and everything is like surgically clean before you even do anything.
And it takes them 2 hours just to knit up one of these little devices that fit in these needles. I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, you go, knitter. You know?
She wanted to start something over here. No, I'm kidding.
No, I think that's fabulous.
No,
I read
really
that and I was
nice.
just like, oh my God.
So you found it inspiring.
I did find it inspiring. I did.
Now off to something that's electrifying. I'm just kidding.
It is. June 13th is
Knit in Public Day.
Yep. It's the largest knitters run event in the world, and it was started in 2005 by Daniela Landis. She also has a Facebook page too for 2015. She's got buttons and tote bags and t-shirts. But here in Michigan, because there's locations all over the world, the closest I could find was Grand Rapids at the Big B, and it's from 11 to 2. And I'll put that in the show notes for you. And if you want to read more about the women in Bolivia knitting for hearts, I'll put that in the show notes. And that's from the bbc.com/health/news. And it was an article in March.
So I ended up getting here early. It was something that it was just a miscommunication, no problem. So I started sitting on Sheila's porch and I started knitting in public. So it was kind of like that. And while I was sitting there, I thought, you know what? This would just be so fun to get a group of knitters and just sit on somebody's front lawn and start just knitting.
Put out a blanket?
No, yeah, put out a blanket. I mean, could you imagine going over and just because I mentioned the person's name earlier, going over to Sharon's house and just, bringing
a blanket?
Bringing blankets and just, a group of us though, and then just
Yeah.
surprise, we're here knitting on your front yard. What the heck are you doing?
So I guess if you
Stalkers,
can't, if you can't make it to Big B, then grab a blanket and go to your friend's house and knit in public on their front lawn.
Don't tell them you're coming. It would be even more fun that way.
That would be kind of interesting.
To say the least.
And we have one more to draw for, and this person is going to get some placeholders somewhere. I got them somewhere. But let's see. Where's my tablet? 3 through 12. And let's fire it up to see who's going to get the placeholders.
Okay.
And we get the ink pen out.
You ready?
I am ready, Geronimo.
You don't look ready.
I'm scattered.
Oh.
What happened to the ink pen?
That's what makes us more fun when we're scattered. Scattered is okay on this podcast.
Scattered.
Are you ready?
I'm a scattered cat. Am I ready?
Congratulations, number.
Are you ready? Are you ready to rumble?
It's number 7. It came up the same.
Number 7. Redraw.
Okay.
Redraw.
4. Number 4.
Number 4. That better not be you. I think I took you out.
Yeah, I was 11. I was 2 and 11.
Okay, so number 11.
God, no, that's
Debbie?
me. I said it's number 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh my word! Will you just
number 4, Angie Ship.
Oh, cool.
Angie Ship is number 4. Send me a private message with your address. And Andrea, she is in Canada. She's our neighbor.
She is. She's just across the water.
She is. So PM me, and I will get that out to you by hopefully the end of this week.
So you have to the end of the month to a month of June. I still can't get over it.
June 3rd.
So
June
yeah,
3rd.
It's June 3rd today, but I don't know exactly. It might take a day or two to get this uploaded online, which is fine. But so it's something that you have just so we have it, and if you don't claim it, we'll draw another one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
The girls are in the group and they're doing well.
They are. They're active listeners.
That's right. Oh, and you started a new thread.
I did. Oh my goodness. I was sitting there and I'm like, nobody's posted anything recently. What the heck? And so I'm like sitting there. I know. And so I just posted something about, hey, what do you find inspiring? And so I just put some ideas out there.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. So, like, if you have words of wisdom that you tell somebody when you're writing a card for, like, graduation, it's the beginning of the rest of your life.
Maybe a little mantra.
Like
you got, like, a nice mantra that you, like, kind of, like, repeat when people meditate. Like, they have mantras. You know?
Oh, I don't have one.
No? Maybe somebody will post a nice mantra.
Are you looking for one?
No. But I just like reading them. I do. I like reading them. I play catch up. I try to read them.
Okay, so yeah, we started that just because, I mean, everybody needs, words of wisdom. So I just thought that I would share a few and then see if anybody else had some. But with this group of women, I think there's a lot of wisdom out there, and I think we're going to have so much advice we won't know what to do with ourselves.
There might be a couple fellas in the group.
There are,
there might be a couple fellow subscribers on YouTube.
There are
that could maybe give us a little
Real
wisdom.
Men Knit. I just have to say kudos. Real Men Knit. It's a great stress reducer. So. Thank you for correcting me. You are absolutely right.
Yeah,
and
you just
I
can't say girls because you might offend some of the fellas.
Right, because no, it's not just the ladies. The guys aren't as vocal in the group, but that's okay. Go ahead.
That's all right. Speak your mind.
Exactly. Come on out and start posting.
That's fine with us. And we want to thank all who have joined and all of you who have subscribed.
You rock.
Yep. And I think that's all we have for this week. So, happy June, because it's the 3rd.
Happy June. Enjoy the weather, unless you're in Australia. It's getting cold. Sorry.
Or Texas, it's not really good. All that rain down there and the flooding, and our prayers are with you, and that's just absolutely horrible.
It is.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, until next time, we'll see you in about 2 weeks.
Yep. Have a good 2 weeks.
Have a good 2 weeks for 14 days.